Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the eclipse that will be in Aries on the 20th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries. And each row is going to represent something different that could be going on for you. In your first row, we're just going to look at the general energies of the eclipse for you. And you have this social media card. It says, making money with social media. It will be very lucrative. I am just getting that. I mean, obviously, Three of Cups is an amazing card for community. It's an amazing card for building a community as well. So, if you're working in social media or building a community, clearly there is going to be a lot of success in that for you. So if you have any business ideas to do that, then, I think that this could be a really good time for you to do that. If you're just trying to get attention, like in any area of your life, then, I would say this is a very good thing, will be a very good time for you to do that as well. So, I'm a big fan of doing that. I always tell people as well, I think people don't realize, it's not necessarily going to be easier to get a job in the future. And I keep telling people to do things if you have a certain expertise, let's say you're an expert in some area of business or of your career. I think it's always worth having a YouTube channel where maybe you talk about some ideas about the type of job that you have. And, again, having that on your resume, being able to go to a job and be look, it doesn't matter if you don't have any subscribers, right? it just being able to say, look, I'm so passionate about this job, this type of job, that I literally have a YouTube channel where I talk all about it. Again, I think people need to see the value in having something like that, especially in work or business. And I see that for you here, Libra, where that could be very beneficial for you to have something along those lines. I do feel sorry, I can't get this card up. You have the Temperance card. I do feel like something in your social life is changing. Just quickly soaking this all up here. There's a lot of really good cards for community, socializing, things like that. Even the Ten of Pentacles is an amazing card for community, spending time with people, being with people who matter to you, family. And you have this family room card coming up next in your next row. But, again, it might not be family. It could just be people that you see as family or people that you're very close with. So really good social stuff here, obviously. You have the Three of Cups. We talked all about this. I think anything involving social media would be very beneficial for you, especially if you have a business, just in general. I'm trying to read this. Sorry, clearly I might need glasses, right, people? And I should just stop trying to strain my eyes. It says influencer, YouTuber, Instagram shop, or any type of social media business. There you go. So anything, if you want to do anything like that, I think that there's a lot of success here for you. I also am just getting the word influence. So, I think if you're dealing with influence, if you're in sales or anything like that, could be a really, really good time for you. Not just this month. The eclipse season lasts until about October of this year. So, you have a good 6 months or so to benefit from this energy. And I always like to remind people that astrology is not a hard start, hard stop. It's the energy will continue. It's obviously if you're learning the lessons and you start doing better in business, that's going to continue after the eclipse season. But now is the time to work on it. You show up in a very strong position here. So again, I feel you are very influential. It just seems to me you have this kind of magnetic type of energy going on here in your life. And this could, lead to love. You do have some amazing love cards here. Obviously, Lovers, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. But, again, I kind of feel this reading, there's love here. Don't get me wrong, right, Libra? But what I would say is I feel this reading's much bigger picture. I feel it's not just talking about love. I feel it's saying that you're kind of magnetic in multiple areas of your life. With the Temperance card, you have the Six of Pentacles. Some of you, I feel have had a sudden idea, a sudden epiphany. And you're not the only sign to get a message like this, which is weird. This is a much more positive set of eclipses than the last set of eclipses we had basically last year. So, it kind of makes sense to me that maybe there's some better direction in life, or people are having more positive epiphanies, or just feeling they're going the right direction or something like that. So kind of makes sense to me. But things, I would also say that the results you're getting, the words I'm getting here, Libra, are that the results you're getting from the things that you're working on are much better. It's there's more results or something, I don't know. With the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Again, I feel some of you just need to decide to kind of move in a certain direction. And it's I kind of feel we are in this time of two worlds where It's like there's one world where things are not working, and then there's this other world where we can choose to like be happy and things can work. But again, we have to choose happiness. And people keep saying to me, like bringing up all the problems of the world and keep saying, but I can't be happy because of all these things external to me. And I'm always like, well, then you're stuck in the old world. I don't know what to tell you. It's like you're worrying about things you have no control over. So again, we have a choice. And again, it's not about ignoring these issues. But again, yelling at the sky, screaming, being like, oh, the sky is falling. It has never worked for anyone. So, again, I would say I would choose the new world. That's how we're going to change things. With the Justice card, you have the Nine of Cups. You have the Nine of Cups twice in this reading. This is the best reading I've done, for sure. I mean, you have the best eclipse reading, no doubt about it. I haven't even finished yet, but I can already tell, like, no one's come close to this. So I think you're in for a good period of time here. A lot of fulfillment. Again, the only criticism I would say, if I was being super picky about this reading, is that I would say that you have to choose happiness. Again, there are going to be, I keep telling people that over the next 20 years, there are going to be a lot of reasons not to be happy. And so I tell people this so that they choose to be happy. It's like, yes, it is a choice. Yes, happiness is the result of achievement. So start achieving things because the energy is open for it and you'll be happy. There will be a lot of happiness in your life. Next, we're going to look at what's ending in your life. You have this family room card. It says family matters, comfortable matters, kept secret, inner soul, intimacy, private discussions, retreat. It says retreat. And so again, this seems like a very social reading to me. I think what's coming to an end is maybe solitude or, you kind of being in solitude. Maybe you're in hermit mode or something like that. And now I feel like you're kind of stepping into the light or you're getting a lot more attention nowadays. And this is going to be very good for you. I do feel like a small percentage of you are kind of like having a new beginning as far as a family situation is concerned, lovers to the Fool. It kind of looks to me like you could be picking a new path in love, or maybe you're going through divorce or separation. We go down to the Death card, which is like some sort of transformation. These are obviously all very positive cards, so it doesn't look like a bad thing to me. This looks like probably a good thing. Of course, I do feel that there could be new love coming in for you here with the Lovers. And, but it's like, it's definitely something new. I feel like it's very new in the sense that it could be a person who's like very different than your usual type. I always say in like I think it was either 2020 or 2021. I don't remember which year it was that I did the like basically the only love readings I've ever done on this channel, or the second love readings I've ever done on this channel. But in those readings, everybody had the Two of Cups. And I know this isn't the Two of Cups, but it's just like, I was just noticing how, like, I feel like we could be attracting people who are just different than our usual type, You have the Page of Cups here, so there definitely could be a new love offer coming in for you. It's kind of interesting that you have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Cups, and Page of Cups, Nine of Cups here with the Four of Cups. It kind of looks to me like you might be fulfilled on your own. So I'm not saying that you're not going to accept this love into your life, but you might just be saying to yourself, like, I'm kind of fulfilled on my own right now. Do I want to allow this person into my life? I feel like this person's persistent. You have the Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor, someone who sweeps you off your feet. So, I feel like there could be like a persistent person who's coming in for you here, someone who kind of sweeps you off your feet. And, I feel like this is a very strong connection as well, the Knight of Cups. So it might be worth looking into. Again, as I always say, I don't think tarot should tell you what to do. So, whether you accept this or not, it's up to you. I do think it would lead to a lot of happiness, and it might just be like that little bit extra. Sometimes I look at this right here, Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and you do have the Nine of Pentacles. It's like both very good cards. Like, would you be upset if you only ever achieved the Nine of Pentacles? Probably not. She's perfectly balanced. She has more than enough, in her life. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. Again, I think, she's focused, she's living in a positive environment and all this other stuff. But Ten of Pentacles is like just even a little bit better. So, again, it's your choice, but I do think there could be like a Ten of Pentacles type connection coming in for you. With the Lovers, you have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work, obviously, at this time. So the whole entire reading is all about socializing. I feel there are just a lot of benefits that you could be getting from people around you. So, I would be tapping into the resources of people With the Page of Cups, you have the Hermit. We said Hermit. So I knew you were like in Hermit mode. I saw that word retreat on that family room card. I was like, oh, Hermit mode for sure. So, I feel for some of you, it's like if you want love or if you want exposure in work or business, then I do feel it's time to kind of leave Hermit mode. Usually, like I have the word demonstration popping into my head. I do think that demonstration is a good idea with the Hermit. He's normally got that star in his lantern, and the star is like the star from the star card, but he's keeping it stuck. So he's not demonstrating, something that makes him valuable. Like it could be a talent, gift, skill, or ability. So again, if you have something that you want to reveal to the world, I would demonstrate it. You could put it on YouTube. You could do some sort of skill in front of people at your job or whatever. It's like now, I think this card, that's the word I'm getting, is like now would be the time. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, this person could be a Sagittarius for sure. You have Temperance twice. Definitely could be a fire sign, I would say. I feel like you've been getting a fire sign, I'm pretty sure, with me for a long time. If it's not a fire sign, I would say they have like a lot of fire in their chart or something. But I feel like this person, it's like, I think they could change things for you in a big way. It's like, again, they could be, it's almost like if this is a person, they take you from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. It's just that little bit extra, it's just like something a little bit better than what you're experiencing right now. So I don't know, it feels pretty good if you're looking for love. Next, we are going to look at the new beginnings that are coming in for you. You have this Any Day Now card. It says today, tomorrow, or the next. Manifest instant positive vibrations. Conditions for growth are optimal. Are you kidding? This is like, again, best reading I've done so far, for sure. And yeah, I just feel like now is the time for you to demonstrate something because there will be a lot of growth. It's kind of funny because everyone has had, now that I think back to the other readings, they've had like similar messages about like now being the time for growth, as in, but everybody else, it's like, I feel like everybody else has to put in like 20 times more work, right? So you're in luck, Libra. I feel like you've either it's because you've already done the work and everybody else hasn't, or, maybe it's just things are kind of coming a little bit easier to you at this time. And again, as I always say, it's not going to be easy, but I think things are kind of maybe flowing. You have the Fool, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. There you go. So definitely could be a fire sign coming in for you, but with the Fool and these two cards, I definitely feel you're going to have to be bold, assertive, and really go in this direction. The Four of Cups can say that you've kind of like tried things in the past, meaning like you've tried businesses or you've tried whatever this demonstration is or whatever. You've tried it in the past and you've experienced disappointment in it. But again, this is kind of like saying, no, now is the time for growth, as that card says. And it's like the optimal time. It's not just the time, it is the time, double. You have this Fool card, so I feel it's time for you to take a leap of faith, of course. It's like everything is right. It's funny I said, you always get the Nine of Pentacles, and I'm always talking to you about how the Nine of Pentacles, I feel for you, Libra, has a lot to do with environment. I literally did readings about the environment, not the environment, but your environment, personal environments, last year because of you, Libra. And so I did it for everyone. And I really feel that your environment, the things around you are going to be very important, but it's like the conditions are perfect, clearly, for success. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment, so I do feel like there is some sort of wish being fulfilled for you at this time. I also feel like you're just in the energy. Again, I always say this is like a card of bathing in the energy of something that you want, but I feel like you're already in that energy of what you want, so it's like you're getting it because of that. Let's see. With the Fool, you have the Hangman here. Yep, it's time, again, if you've been in Hangman mode, if you feel like you've been stuck or you haven't been moving forward, it's like you have all the answers necessary to be very successful at this time. So I feel like it's definitely time for you to like take a leap of faith. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Fool. So there you go. It is time for this leap of faith. And with the Page of Wands and the King of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. A lot of Wands energy in this reading. So clearly, I feel like you're like fired up and ready to go. And, especially if you're working on projects, social media, anything that we've discussed, there's clearly a ton of success. If you've been thinking about doing something in one of those areas of life, now is the time. There will be a ton of success, clearly, because of it. So, I would like get moving in that direction. Next, you have this Power card and you have this Seeker card. Two cards wanted to come out. So I do feel like you are trying to gain power. I think the word power gets a bad rap. Some people look at power as a bad thing. They're like, how dare you want to gain power? But I think this is positive power. The power to create your own reality. This card kind of looks like, this card looks kind of like the Ace of Wands. So to me, I feel you could just be, and plus you have the Nine of Cups twice here, which is, bathing in the energy of what you want. Looks to me like you're kind of creating something that is going to lead to a lot of success. I kind of feel like this Seeker card, I'm getting the words like done looking for answers or something is popping into my head. So I feel like some of you, maybe you've been looking for answers. I feel like maybe you've been watching a lot of tarot and stuff like that, looking for answers in life, but I feel like you're done. So you might actually stop watching tarot, which I actually fully support people stop watching tarot. It's like, I think that tarot is loose guidance at best. And, I think at a certain point, it's like we have to start making our own decisions. So, I don't hate on anyone who says that they've stopped watching tarot. I support that. And I totally get it, right? You have the Four Swords, the Four Cups, and the Death card here. So there's some sort of change happening clearly in your life, feeling very confident. That could be part of the change. And I also feel like you're coming out of darkness. I always say there's these two pillars from the moon back here with the sun coming up between those two pillars. And it kind of represents the fact that the sun is coming up and they're leaving a moon period behind. So it's like you're coming into this position of clarity. You might still be, I do feel like some of you are still kind of like maybe lacking some answers as to what to do. I didn't tell you, this row is meant to represent the next major change that you're going to be going through during this eclipse. And again, I feel like some of you here, it's like you still feel that there's some answers that you don't have. Like if you're starting a business or a social media business, or if you're trying to get a raise or a promotion, or you're trying to stand out in some way. I always say like the best answer with the Four Cups is, well, I'll just tell you, like I always say, he's like trying to manifest. Imagine if he's trying to manifest a cake. It's like he's got the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he's disappointed because he thinks he doesn't have what he needs. But all he has to do is mix everything together and he will have everything he wants. So it's like I feel like in front of you have all the tools or the ingredients, and you just need to mix those things together and pop it in the oven. So I think it's time for action, but it does look like you are going to be taking action. Again, I also feel this way, that if you want love, there could be communication with this Eight of Wands coming in from a fire sign. Definitely feels like a new person to me. I feel like you have this Observer card. I feel like maybe this person's had their eye on you. It could be like a person from work with that Ten of Pentacles is what I would say. Or with all these social cards, could be social media, but really could also be socializing, like your friend group or something like that. I've just noticed a lot of the readings have really been saying that if you're going to find love, it's coming from your friend group, like the people you spend time with. So I definitely support people like going out, meeting people, meeting new people at this time. But I feel like there's communication, and it's like you're not sure what you're going to do with that Four Cups. So we're going to clarify, and let's see what you are going to do or maybe do. You have the Four Swords here. This could be why you're hesitating to take action, which again, not a bad thing, right? It's like maybe you've healed to a certain point, and maybe you're like, I've done this healing, and do I really want to mess up all that healing? And so, let's see what is going on for you here. Because again, and you also might be finding success in work or business now, clearly, based off this reading. So it's like, I think that maybe you're more focused on being focused with that Nine of Pentacles. With the Four Swords, you have the, Knight of Pentacles here. So again, I do feel like it's time, like, if you want love, that you get out there and you start putting the work in and everything like that, because Knight of Pentacles basically says, what are you waiting for? It's like, now is the time to put the work in. You have all the knowledge and wisdom. Sometimes I feel like, especially in love, right? If we've been hurt, maybe we doubt that we actually learned, maybe, again, maybe our brain doesn't tell us this, but maybe kind of we doubt like that we actually learned the lesson. So we're afraid of repeating mistakes. And I kind of feel like this is saying like, no, you learned, you know what to do now. So now it's time to get out there if you want to. With the Four Cups, here you go, King of Wands. Yes, definitely, I knew these two were connected, these two cards. So it looks to me like there's a King of Wands type person coming in for you. You're definitely attracted to this person, whoever it is. Like, I feel like if you know who this person is, there's clearly attraction. I don't think based off of everything here, I don't think it's going to be it's not like you're going to have to be, forcing yourself to be attracted to this person. You're clearly attracted to this person. But again, I feel like you're saying like, what do I do here? With the Death card, I'm going to pull these cards that just popped off there as well. You have the King of Cups here. It's like maybe you see this person as the King of Wands, which, he could be like a little playerish, or maybe you kind of see him as a little bit playerish, but maybe actually it's a person who actually has deep emotions. King of Cups is actually very deep, and has very deep emotions as well. You also have the Strength card and the Death card. Could be a Leo. I do feel like you could be attracting a person who has Scorpio or Leo in their chart as well. But those two cards, it was kind of weird. I wish you saw that, how they popped out. So, I'm going to take them, and I feel like they're attached to that King of Wands. So it's actually like a deep person. At the end here for what you can manifest right now, because eclipses are great for manifestation, especially solar eclipses. You have this Observer card. Literally whatever you're looking at. Like, I literally feel if you have your eye on something that you want to attract into your life, like money, wealth, 10 of Pentacles, right? 9 of Pentacles as well, then I would say that now is the time to attract this into your life. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups is total fulfillment. So even outside of love, just in your life in general, and so is like the 10 of Pentacles is amazing for fulfillment. So whatever you're working on is clearly meant to support you for a long time. Makes perfect sense to me. Again, we have Uranus and Taurus. I think that pretty much the smartest thing everyone can do during Uranus and Taurus is to build something permanent, like a business, a job, a family. Could be a business that lasts a long time. It's building and leaving a legacy, which is the 10 of Pentacles. So clearly, if you build and leave a legacy, you are going to find fulfillment, Ace of Cups. So I feel there's a lot of fulfillment coming in for you. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. So 10 of Pentacles is, kind of building, leaving a legacy. It's amazing wealth. I always say that the 10 of Pentacles is kind of everything you want in your life. It represents the tree of life, the 10 of Pentacles. And, again, so it's kind of like everything you want and desire. To me, it's a living, breathing thing. Like, we don't just get the 10 of Pentacles. It's something that we build over a lifetime, but, clearly it's a good thing. So, this looks amazing. You have the 9 of Pentacles as well. Pre-Empress energy. So I feel like you're finding that you're more abundant. You could be feeling, clearly, I feel like you are going to be feeling extremely abundant, as we move towards October. It's like, I see this as a process, not something that's happening overnight, but I feel like you are going to feel good over the next 6 months. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords says don't rush, but, at the same time, I kind of feel like you are building a lot of momentum here as well. With the 9 of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. Could be like good news coming in, especially if you're waiting for financial news, if you're waiting on getting a job. I feel like I said this to you in your mid-monthly reading for the middle of April as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was you. I kept getting something about like getting approval or, maybe getting a job offer or something. It seems to me, obviously this is a very good financial reading. And finally, with the Ace of Cups, you have 2 cards. You have the 8 of Swords and the Judgment card. It's like 8 of Swords being a little stuck. Judgment is kind of like waking up to something. I do kind of feel, again, not telling you what to do here is what I would say, Libra. But again, if you do have a person coming in, I do get that feeling of like missing out. So, if you have a person you're attracted to, I would say it might be worth giving them a chance. Here is what I would say with that Ace of Cups. Because, I feel it energetically that you could feel like you're missing out if you say no to this person or if you're too closed off. Again, not telling you what to do, but if you think that you might want love and there's a person coming in who's very confident, I feel like they have very deep emotion. I feel like the two of you will have very deep emotions, and I kind of feel like this is saying set yourself free, like be open to the possibility. But again, if you truly don't want love, then again, like I said, not telling you what to do. Someone always comes at me and they're always like, how dare you be so toxic and tell people they have to date people. I'm like, when did those words leave my mouth ever? It's like, you do you want to be a lonely cat lady for the rest of your life? That's fine by me. I'm actually starting a company called Chris's Cat Food. So, it's like, I fully support that. It's like the more cat ladies we have, the better for Chris, because, for obvious reasons. But this looks like an amazing freaking reading. Are you kidding me, Libra? I love this. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy the eclipse. You're going to.